Hey everyone, Random Randy here. It is Vlogmas day 11, so it is December 11th, 2017. This is going to be another kind of short one today because I'm getting ready to go get the kitchen set to start making dinner. It's about 3:45. I'm going to get Killian up from his nap in a few minutes. He actually took a nap today, yay! But he was also up before 6 o'clock again this morning. Today has been a day. Today is the first time that I have actively worked out in a few months, and I did alright. I didn't have to stop at any point, which was nice. I think the most important thing when you're exercising is that even if you have to slow down, you shouldn't completely stop moving as you're doing your thing. But I've been, over the past 2 weeks-ish, I've been making a point of trying to eat better, improve my quality of sleep, not necessarily quantity of sleep, because I really feel like sleeping for 8 hours, if I was physically capable of sleeping for a solid 8 hours rather than waking up every 45 minutes in that time span, is a pretty big time suck, and there are better things I could be doing with my time. But I have been trying to eat better, get healthier inside, and now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, even though I am still fighting off the last of this cold, plague be gone, I am ready to start working on the outer physicality as well. So that means that it's time to start working out again, because I know if I wait until the 1st of January when everybody jumps on the New Year's resolution, oh, new year, new me, healthier habits, blah 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 nonsense, that it's not gonna stick. So if I start now before it even gets to Christmas, that will more likely work in my favor than trying to hop on the fitness bandwagon when everybody else does it, because you know that 90% of those people, unfortunately, and it really is sad, but most of the people who wait until the beginning of the year to start making healthier decisions and have a better workout habit, they're probably not going to stick with it beyond Valentine's Day at most, which is pretty sad, and I'm not going to be one of those statistics. I realize that I'm probably never going to have my post-baby body because my actual internal skeletal structure has changed, because my hips, my actual hip bones, expanded when I was pregnant. Not just a little bit. We're not talking a matter of 1 or 2 inches of stretch, you know, to make room for a baby to pass through. Before having children, I had 36-inch hips. Right now, my hips are about 42 inches, and they've been 42 inches for a very long time, even as the rest of me shrinks. And there's no extra skin at my hip bones where I measure. I don't measure it over, you know, the mommy kangaroo pouch that most of us who were smaller prior to having kids have, from all of that extra skin that no matter what you do doesn't seem to want to go away. But my hips expanded quite a bit to make room for those 2 9.5-pound children that I brought into the world. So although I know that my body isn't ever going to likely be 126 pounds again with a 34, 28, 36 measurement, yeah, that's the size that I was when I met my husband. Just throwing that out there. I want to tone up what I have. I've never wanted to be skinny. My body type isn't made for skinny. I have wide hips. I have very broad shoulders. I have a wider than normal rib cage. But I want to tone up what I have. I'm sick of jiggling in places that I don't feel like I should jiggle. And if you're somebody who jiggles in places that society says you shouldn't jiggle, but you're comfortable with it and you're happy with yourself, you're healthy, Who cares? It's your body, you do what you want. I'm not trying to get myself in better shape to aesthetically please my husband. He doesn't care. He thinks I'm beautiful no matter how disgusted I am with myself when I look in the mirror. Which I suppose is a fantastic thing, but by the same token, I'm like, I wish that you could encourage me a little bit more to be healthy, to be healthier. Not just say, oh, you're beautiful, I love you anyway. Like, that's nice, I don't. But I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm complaining a little bit, but I'm not completely dismissing the fact that my husband's a pretty awesome guy in that regard. Anyway, I've rambled enough about how, you know, sometimes I feel like that little girl in the meme looking at the fashion magazine, grabbing a chunk of her stomach with a pair of scissors in the other hand. So anyway, and yeah, that's a pretty sad and disturbing meme. You could probably find it pretty easily. It's sad, but it's a reality for very, very many women. And honestly, a lot of males too at this point. Anyway, all that nonsense aside, I actually got 3 crochet pieces done yesterday. What? So I finished the blue Pokeball hat that I showed you, and I found something to do with my bulky yarn and also to use up some of my regular worsted weight yarn. So this is just a cowl made from 1 skein of bulky yarn. I used a 9mm hook and did a chain that was big enough to go around my head with, when it stretched, I wanted to have about 1.5 inches extra clearance away from my head. But using 1 ball, I think I ended up with 13 rows, I believe, 12 or 13, and it's just really just a long tube. I chained 42 and just did double crochet as much as I could, and when I saw I had a little bit more left, rather than just cutting off the ball and leaving a longer chunk of yarn, I just did a row of single crochet around the top to use up a little bit more of the yarn. But this is a Loops and Threads Charisma yarn. Do I have the other one nearby? Where is it? Somewhere here in all my mess of crap I'm working with. This is the Northern Lights colorway. I have 1 other skein of this particular color. It is a Michaels yarn. It's Charisma Loops and Threads. It's a bulky weight yarn. It calls for an L hook or an 8mm, and I used a 9. So that worked out pretty well. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing with most of my bulky yarn, because I want to have some more things to fill my table, because I really want to do more amigurumis, but I'm not feeling the tiny stitches and constructing them and stuffing right now. So, other cowl that I made. Where even is the seam on this? Seam? Here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, this is another cowl. This is 2 strands of yarn held together. I'll see if I can get it to focus on it a little bit so you can see. But this is the Hirschner's Holiday yarn with the glitter in it. That is the white that you see. And I also used Red Heart Super Saver Icelandic. I held it stranded double and did pretty much the same thing. They're about the same size. This is a little bit stiffer right now, but once it gets washed, it will have a little more flop and drape to it. So that's what I'm going to be working on, getting a few more knocked out these in the next few days. And the Hirschner's and Red Heart Super Saver I used were about a little bit more than half balls that were left, and they were 7 or 8 ounce skeins to start with, and this is what I have left of both of them. These little tiny balls. That's it. Tiny balls of yarn. So that is now in my scrap and amigurumi bin, And I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as crochet for the rest of the day goes. I kind of want to do more cowls. I kind of want to do a hat or two. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of lost as far as what to do for this craft fair, to be perfectly honest. I really need to, I was planning on waiting until Thursday to go through everything. I think I might do that tomorrow. Go through and see what I have and figure out what I want to do for the last few days of it. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this here so that I can get Killian up, figure out when we're gonna do dinner. Hopefully Adam will be home at a decent time tonight, and get this edited and uploaded, hopefully before too terribly long. And I will catch all of you guys tomorrow. Maybe I will show off what I've got, going through all of the bins again, just to show what I have left over from the last show, some of the things that are gone that I've already sold, what I've been adding to my bins and bins and bins of stuff. So I hope you guys all had a good Monday, and I will catch you all for another video tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time. Bye.